jolly good choice.
The Bear Who Couldn't Hibernate. Created and written by Taylor Brandon. During winter, the forest is cold outside. All of the animals look for a place to hide. They find a spot, close their eyes, and hibernate. That means they sleep and get up at a later date. The cave down below was just such a case. 2 bears were sleeping inside of this place. Against a wall lined with silver and gold slept a mommy and her cub, hiding from the cold. The cub's name was Snuggly. He loved his mom's embrace. Being close to her brought a smile to his face. She meant everything to him. Snuggly loved her. This was his first winter. He spent it against her fur. Time started moving. It was a strange thing. Winter moved with it and turned into spring. Spring melted the cave's snow. In came the sun's light. Snuggly's mom woke him up so he could see this sight. Outside, wonder filled Snuggly's eyes. He saw fields, mountains, and skies. Snuggly was brand new and did many things for the first time. He splashed in the water, explored woods, and found trees to climb. But Snuggly wasn't ready to go off on his own. There were lots of lessons he had to be shown. They had to be taught before his mommy left him. Life is like a lake, and Snuggly had to learn to swim. Leading Snuggly by his little hand, Mommy took Snuggly through spring's wonderland. Then she got to work. Teaching had to be done before she and her baby could have fun. She told him who to spend his day with and who it was not okay to play with. But life cannot be all work for a baby bear. Snuggly played after his lessons. It was only fair. He loved playing in spring's flowers and lying under the season's showers. Every night, Snuggly fell asleep next to his mother. No one loved anyone the way they loved each other. Summer came, and Snuggly continued to learn and play. Time passed, and he got bigger and bigger every day. Just as he had the season before, Snuggly learned more and more. He learned to get honey from the honey trees without getting stung by the angry honeybees. He learned how to avoid a skunk. And if he couldn't, how to get unstunk. Just like in spring, at each day's end, Snuggly slept next to his best friend. Time kept moving. Summer fell into fall. It was Snuggly's favorite season of all. The trees were covered with colorful leaves. The land was kept cool by a gentle breeze. Snuggly was looking more like a big bear each day, and he still split his time between work and play. Snuggly's mom taught him to catch fish from a stream. They would go sightseeing. What a great team! Each night, they would sleep together, bundled against fall's cooler weather. It was getting colder as winter returned, but Snuggly could now care for himself due to the lessons he had learned. Snow began falling, marking winter's start. His mom was about to break her own heart. "Snuggly," she sobbed, "I've taught you to survive, whether it's getting fish or honey from a hive. This hurts me more than you could know. I'm afraid the time has come for me to go. You're a big bear. You're full grown. It is time now to be on your own. She kissed her precious Snuggly goodbye and left, wiping a tear away from each eye. Snuggly was alone. He didn't know what to say. He watched his mommy slowly walk away. He was not mad. He knew she did the right thing. He knew he had to find a spot to sleep until spring. Snuggly spotted a cave covered with snow. "Inside there," he said, "is where I must go." He found some leaves and made a nest. He got ready for his long winter's rest. But for sleep, Snuggly would have to wait, for he was a bear who could not hibernate. Snuggly sat up and he scratched his head. "I wonder why," he said. "I cannot go to bed." "Perhaps," he said, "if I tried to count sheep, maybe then I would be able to fall asleep." Count sheep Snuggly did, one after one. He was still up when the counting was done. Next, Snuggly tried marching for an hour or two, but finding sleep was something he still couldn't do. Trying yoga, in a knot he found himself tied. "I'll never get to sleep like this," Snuggly sighed. "I know," Snuggly said. "For goodness sake, that dripping noise is keeping me awake." He covered his ears, but he still found no rest. He was about to give up. He turned in his nest. It was the wall lined with silver and gold. It was the cave he had used to escape last year's cold. Snuggly was born here almost 12 months ago. He and his mommy had hid here from the snow. The real reason hit him why he couldn't sleep. Snuggly didn't need to exercise or count sheep. The reason he couldn't get to bed was none other. Being alone for the first time, he missed his mother. "Mommy," he said, "I've missed you more than I thought. It was you who kept me awake while sleep I sought." He knew the good times he and his mommy had were gone forever, and that made him very sad. But the memories were his, and no one could steal the way spending time with his mom made him feel. Snuggly thought about those times. He began to daydream. In his mind, he saw them catch fish from a stream. He saw them avoid skunks and gather honey from the bees. He saw everything from snoozing together to feeling fall's breeze. Smiling, our pal closed his eyes, and without making a peep, Snuggly, the bear who could not hibernate, fell asleep. The end. Click to subscribe. Visit back soon for our next adventure.